This is Blue Collar Millionaire, Blue Collar Mind, Millionaire Grind. So this is part 3 of my reaction video, the actual fandom. Did I do a racism against the Rippaverse? Part 1 of the reaction in the description. Part 2 of the reaction in the description. Go ahead and check those out and get caught up. If it's your first time on the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, and share the video if you like the comment. And please let me know what you think. Like the content, excuse me. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. So the end of part 2, I was talking about targeting your audience and how targeting your audience and understanding demographics and psychographics is not a marketing gimmick. And we don't sell conservative victimhood. We sell conservative values. That's a difference. And we're appealing to conservative values, and we don't even have to. The thing about it, if you're going to appeal to conservative values, you actually don't even have to make content that's overtly political. You identify the fact that your audience is conservative and they don't want woke content pushed down their throats. And so you make content that isn't woke being pushed down their throats. It doesn't even have to be the content itself that you are actually selling to your audience does not have to be overtly political in that is preaching a conservative ideology. You can simply have regular traditional families without no woke shit, and conservatives can appreciate it. That's the difference. When you push in the liberal ideology, then you're going to have X amount of diversity and inclusion and representation. You're going to have X amount of alphabet mafia characters. You're going to have X amount of black people, X amount of Indian people, X amount of Asian people, just for the sake of diversity, not for the sake of actually putting a character in a story that makes sense in a story. And, oh, their background happens to be such and such and such. No, you got to check off every box to make this woke mob happy. And if you don't check off enough boxes, they ass will turn on you. So we target our audience. As the blue collar millionaire, guess who my audience is? I'm targeting people, hard working people in the grind, in the trades, or people who believe in getting it out the mud, meaning you are not afraid to work hard to get what you're looking for in life. And also, you're not willing to just settle. That's why I say blue collar mind, a blue collar grind millionaire mind, because I'm a blue collar worker, but I'm not willing to settle. I'm also a business owner, and I have plenty more ideas for additional businesses. I'm in the process of starting 2 businesses, and I will be starting more. I've had a business in the past that I've considered reviving. Now that the pandemic, quote unquote, is over, I might go ahead and revive that, but we'll see. We'll see where life is going to take me. But it means that you're going to put the grind in to get your shine in. You see what I'm saying? I know who my audience is, and they don't have to. People that listen to my content don't have to be strictly blue collar workers. Like, I welcome people from all types of backgrounds. If you work hard, if you believe in working hard, if you're a young person that trying to figure out where you want to go in life, we got tips for you. We got strategies for you, and also that's why I'm aiming at the Rippaverse and Rippaverse fandom and Rippaverse criticism, because I understand I'm going to catch a wave. See, this is the beginning of the Rippaverse fandom, and Rippa wants people to engage in the fandom, to engage in the actual stories of his books, to review, etc., come up with our different theories about characters, origin stories, what things mean that happen in the stories, and I'm down for all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even a comic book person. I'm not a regular comic book person like other people that might be in this space. But I do appreciate what Rip is trying to do. That's why I engage. And again, like my angle that I'm taking on this, I like to discuss business principles out of it and what I learned from watching success happen and applying certain lessons that I get to achieve my own success. And I'm trying to give you some of those strategies and lessons so you can achieve your own success. One thing the actual fandom tries to criticize Rippa for doing is, and criticizing conservatives in general that's selling content to conservatives, is offering a half-ass alternative. Not selling the product on its own merits, but simply offering a half-ass alternative. He basically accuses Ripper of not being confident enough in his comments and their stories to just sell it on that alone. Bitch ass nigga, watch the Isom #1 trailer. The trailer, he is selling the product based on the story itself and not a fucking political ideology. You talk about grifters, nigga. Grift your ass back in the other direction because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And believe me, I'm not mad at you just because I'm aggressive. I know what controlled aggression is about. And I know how to use my passion persuasively. But you a bitch ass nigga. Because you clearly either you didn't watch the Isom trailer or you watched it and you fucking got lost. Ripper is not selling his political ideology in the trailer. The trailer is about what the company stands for, which is creating good stories and a timeline that has continuity that people can get involved at any point during the life of Rippaverse. They can get involved in this expanding universe, and there will be a continuity. And then, of course, no time travel and all that other shit. But it's literally about the principles of how the stories are being created and actually telling a good story. It has nothing to do with his political ideology. Now, do people who agree with his political ideology like I do, are we more inclined? Yes, we are. We know what he stands for, and we know because he doesn't like woke fucking content that he's not going to give us woke fucking content. But is he going to make, one thing actual fandom said is the idea of a libertarian superhero just sounds funny to me. Nobody said the fucking superheroes are going to be fucking libertarian, bruh. There's nowhere that's ever been brought up. Ripper has never stated such a thing. When the character of Isom has not been classified, portrayed, summarized in any way, shape, or form to be a libertarian. The creator himself is a libertarian. Therefore, he values what he values. But he's creating a good story for the sake of creating a good story. So, yeah, a libertarian superhero might be an interesting concept. Maybe we'll see one of those. But right now, that's not what this is. Ripper is giving us content and characters and stories that we want to read, we want to see. So sit here and act like the superheroes themselves are going to be fucking libertarian, or that Ripper's going to spin these comic books. He's going to spin the pages of these comic books on trying to convince you to be a libertarian. That's fucking stupid. He literally says multiple times that whether you agree with his political ideology or not, he welcomes you to be a customer. And so that's kind of the opposite of what Marvel and DC is doing. They basically lecturing you. If you're not a liberal, they're lecturing you that you're a racist, bigot, homophobic, transphobic, etc., 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 isms and obics. How many can you pile on the list? They're telling you that you're a horrible person because you don't agree with their liberal ideologies. Ripper is not using Rippaverse to tell you you're a horrible person because you're not a conservative or you're not a libertarian. He's just telling good stories that people can appreciate regardless of who they are, where they're from, and what their ideologies are. Except if you're a flaming liberal, you're probably going to be mad and you're not going to appreciate it because you're going to say, where's the gay character? Where's the trans character? Where's the Mexican character? Where's the black character? Even though if you ask that question, you stupid as fuck because the main character is black. But then you're probably going to have a problem with that particular main character's blackness because you're going to well, where's his black struggle? Rippaverse is not selling an ideology. Ripper has a whole freaking channel where he is able to sell his ideology and talk about his political points of view. And you agree or you disagree. You like it, you subscribe if you do. You hate it, you hate watch, you hate comment if you don't. He don't need a comic book universe to talk about his libertarian ideology. That's not what the comic book universe is for. He remembers a day in his childhood when he was able to read comics and appreciate the comics just because they were good characters and good stories, and that these characters and stories were not fucking preoccupied with selling you politics. So he's not going to sell you politics in his stories. All right. If you agree with his politics, that probably would incline you to be interested in checking out what he's going to do with his stories. I wouldn't know about Rippaverse if it wasn't for the fact that I follow his channel. And I follow his channel because I like his political stances. I agree with the majority of what he says politically. He's inspired me in my political ideology. Also, shout out to the OG Ron Paul, who is the reason why I originally became a libertarian. But as a modern libertarian, a young black man who I can look to for inspiration, even though he's younger than me. I'm older than him, but I can still look to him for inspiration because he's extremely successful and he communicates very well. I agree with his political stances. But this whole idea that it's a half-ass alternative just for the sake of having an alternative. God damn it, man. How many times? I mean, you people don't listen. Ripper says over and over again, but I guess you wouldn't know if you don't watch his show. He says over and over again that in the parallel economy, it's not enough to offer an alternative and for the alternative to be mediocre. If you're going to have an alternative option for people in whatever form of entertainment or products or whatever, then the shit needs to be good. Like, you're not doing enough if you're just giving people a different choice. What you're giving them, which is different than what they're getting in the mainstream, your shit needs to be exceptionally well done. So he's going into this story, going into this universe. I mean, he putting his all into it, you know. And when we read the first book, we gonna see what his all look like. Criticize it if you want, like it if you want, whatever. But it's not a half-ass alternative. Now, if you don't like this, when it come out, you know, maybe you're going to review it. If you don't like the story, you have the opportunity and the platform to say why you don't like the story. But to say the man is offering a half-ass alternative just to be able to make money off conservatives who tired of the woke shit, you're fucking dumb. He's going to make plenty of money. He already has off conservatives who are tired of the woke shit, but he's not doing it in a half-ass way. The reason why we all have such trust in him as a creator is because we've seen his track record. He's built up the trust. He's transparent. So, I mean, it's not much. He doesn't leave a whole lot to be desired when you're talking about, is he going to deliver? Yes, he's going to fucking deliver. Again, if you don't like the story for whatever reason, once the shit come out, all right, that's your prerogative. Nobody's going to be mad at you because you don't like the story. People can criticize you and they can react to your criticisms, right? It's a free world, free country. We got free speech. So criticize all you want. And I can criticize all I want. I can agree, disagree, whatever. Look, for those of you who actually want to be successful in business, identify your fucking target audience, all right? Speak to their goals, desires, wants, dreams, frustrations. Actually deliver. That's why y'all leftists are pissy fucking broke. Because if y'all mindset is anything like actual fandom, thinking that it's a marketing gimmick to target your audience and to do it with pinpoint precision, if that is a marketing gimmick, and you clearly he's criticizing as if he doesn't believe in quote unquote marketing gimmicks. If that's what y'all think a marketing gimmick is, and you're not down to pinpoint target your audience, that's why y'all pissy fucking broke, because y'all don't understand business at all. Y'all don't understand how to identify and cater to an audience. This is Blue Collar Millionaire, Blue Collar Grind, Millionaire Mind. This was part 3 of the reaction to actual fandom video. Did I do a racism against the Rippaverse? No, he didn't do a racism against the Rippaverse. He's a fucking flaming liberal, and he says some shit that is I was easily able to deconstruct based off what Rippa has already put out with the Rippaverse. We don't even got the first book, but shit, look at the fucking trailer. Look at the history of how he's promoted his content. Look at the fact that he's actually separated his content from his ideology and said, I'm not using my books. He said it multiple times. I'm not going to use this comic book universe to preach to you my political ideology. I want to tell good stories. Fuck the ideology. The only reason why the ideology matters is because the audience, a lot of his audience are conservatives. And just like Rippaverse, we had the same frustration with mainstream content that just has basically told us we don't want you to be our customers anymore. If you don't believe in the alphabet mafia, if you don't believe in abortions, if you don't believe in all this shit that is pushed by liberal woke culture, if you don't believe in this, you don't agree with this, we don't want you to be our customers. You're a piece of shit. All right. We got the message. Now we have an alternate universe, a parallel economy, and we're going to support that. We're going to stop supporting you guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Blue Collar Millionaire. I'm out, bro.